All right, so now what we're gonna talk about is, let's talk about routing real quick. So right here, I'm gonna just move this down. So what we do when it comes to routing, right, is we would usually, how I like to route my stuff, right? I'll go ahead, we're gonna double click, we're gonna hit insert return track. I'm gonna hit another one. Now I have these two, right? I'm gonna color code them to black. And let's say we're gonna hit a return, we're gonna hit Command R. And then let's put this one as loop 1, right? So we can put this as loops, LPs. Oh, LP mix. And then we could put this one as stem mix. Why am I talking about stem mix, right? Hard, we're gonna hit stem mix. Now, right down here where it says mains, right? You see where it has A and B. So for A, for the LP's mix, we're gonna turn up A. And for the B stem, we're gonna turn up B. So now, right here, we're gonna come back to here and we're gonna go A only. But the only way to send that audio to the return track, right here where it says audio 2, we're gonna hit main. And then we're gonna hit send only, because we want the audios to be sending only to our return tracks, if that makes sense. Let me redo the whole thing just so y'all get how we're doing this, right? We're going 2-finger click up here, return track, let's get one more in, right? We're gonna click on A return, we're gonna hit Command R, we're gonna put LP mix. We're gonna click on this one, Command R, we're gonna put stem mix. We're gonna turn up A down here, we're gonna turn up B, then we're gonna go all the way here, we're gonna turn up A. All right. Now you might be asking me, yo G, why do you have stem mix and LP if you only have one channel? This is where we're gonna talk about how to do basically your loops and stem loops, right? So that you can trigger two things at the same time. We're gonna hit Command T, all right? And this is, now you have audio 1 and now you have audio 2, right? So we're gonna, what I like to do, I like to change this to, let's put stem loop. What do you mean stem loop? Perfect answer. So what I'm gonna do, let me just color code these real quick. So when we talk about stem loops, right? You're probably asking like, what is that? So stem loops is something that me and Sammy like to use a lot, because in my church, we're a 4-piece band. Even though 4-piece band is a lot, we don't really have an aux player. So what we do is we will create different lines and different places that we can flow in to play that during service, right? Let's make a 6/8 track, right? So we're gonna go to our percussion loops, right? Let's go right here. No, not that one. And I'm gonna get the 6/8 track. I'll just drag it, and then I'm gonna color code this to purple because the slow songs, right? So let's go right here, and we're gonna put 6/8. Now, just double click on right here on You Deserve It. It's at 120, even though it's at 87 BPM. Let's go ahead and warp this. And let's fix that. So we're gonna put that at 87. Now we're gonna hit loop. All right. So, I don't know why, but this loop is a little bit weird. So if I go right here, right, let's put this at 87. Now, this is where something crucial comes in. You have to be able to put in the type signature correctly for 6/8. This loop is getting triggered in 6/8, not in 4/4. So let's put this right here to 6/8. So now we're gonna click this. We're gonna go to loop. So what we're gonna do now is, after we finish with that one, right? Now if we trigger it, now we have that smoothly. But let's see if it loops correctly. I think it did. Perfect. Now that we have that going, right? Let's put in a stem that can fit with that, right? So we're gonna go right here. We're gonna go to my stem LPs. So I have this one that's called 6/8 move. I don't know what's another one that I have on that one. We got this warfare line. So let's just use this one. Instead of putting it down here, we're gonna drag this and put it in this one, next to the whichever loop you wanted to, right? So for this case, it will be to this one. So let's go ahead and name this as 6/8, right? 6/8 align. Let's color code this to purple. That's 2-finger click, remember that. So now that we have this, we're gonna go right here to these mains, right? Remember, send only, and now we're gonna go to turn up B. So, and when we trigger it, right here where it says 2, let's turn that off real quick. Let's just click on 2, and we hit play, right? Now that we have this going on, you can see A is getting triggered to return track A, so the LP mix, right? And then right here, what you would do is, this is where you start to route your thing to. So let's route it to exit out 1 and 2, right? So example, I want my loops to be 1 and 2, and I want my my stems to be 3 and 4, so that your front of house engineer can be able to adjust the volume to the room correctly with the loop, and also be able to blend your stems with how the band is playing. This is why you need a good sound engineer, right? You always need a good sound engineer. Personally, if you can find like one sound engineer that just knows how you work, that's ideal, but not everybody gets that. But as long as you communicate to your sound engineer what you're doing, how you're running things, everything should be smooth. So for this case, because I only have 4 outputs and none of them are honestly triggered right now, so we're just gonna keep everything at coming out to the 1 and 2. So let's double click on the 6/8 line, right? And this is if you have stem loops that you can do. So we're gonna come right here, we're gonna warp it, and right here it's at 87 BPM. There you go. You saw how I see? It gets the tempo correctly. We don't gotta do nothing. Now we have to loop it though. So we're gonna come right here, all the way down, and let's loop it. So you see it starts on 2. Let's go ahead and place that on 2. So if we, let's click 2 to unmute it, right? And let's just hit play from right here. So now we gotta loop it correctly, right? So we're gonna come right here, it ends at 6. So we hit play again. Now that's good, right? So sometimes you don't wanna trigger that always to get triggered when you hit the 6/8 loop. So one thing that you can do, right? So this is how I do it. Let's open up the key triggering again, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on 1 right here, down here. You see it right here, 1. And on your key, I'm gonna click on letter 1, number 1. Then I'm gonna hit 2, click on 2. You see this little button right here, right? This little square right here that I'm pointing at. That's to mute everything on that channel strip. I always like to put that as X, right? I don't know why, but I guess it just makes the more sense to me. So I'm gonna click on that, and then we're gonna hit X. to kind of stop everything, right? So now we're gonna hit, oh, now we're gonna trigger this one, the 6/8 line. So what's something that could, whatever you want to trigger, I'm gonna put L to trigger 6/8 line, right? So now what we can do when we hit play, let's mute the channel 2 by hitting 2, right? And let's just play from the 6/8. Now you can see right here that the level is still up, right? So it's still playing right now. So if we hit X, it stops playing, right? Because we told it to stop. Now, if we hit 2 and we're getting ready to go into that line, all I had to do is hit L, right? And there you go. And let's say we want to end it right now, hit X, and then you're out. Usually, I don't like ending things like that because it doesn't sound natural. I like to fade it out. And I use the nano control for that one. That's gonna be a whole different video. I'm gonna show y'all my Ableton rig that I built. But it's basically, I like to slide everything down so it sounds more natural. It sounds like this basically, right? So we trigger it. It just makes it sound more natural, I guess. But that's how you do that. And now that we have all of that done, right? Now you know how to put loops. Now you know how to do stem loops, right? Now you know how to route it. Let's talk a little bit about effects, right? You can do as many effects as you want. You can put reverb, you can put delay, you can put chorus, you can do whatever you want, right? So now we have to think about where do you want your effects to come from. Usually what I like to do, I'll go right here to the LP mix. We're gonna double click this, right? Then we're gonna go to audio right here, all the way to your left. You see where it says audio effects? Bam, now you have all these audio effects you can use. You can use an echo, you can use a filter, you can use a gate, a glue compressor, or whatever you want to do, reverb, you feel me? You can put a delay, let's put a delay. All right, and now if we hit 6/8, let's put a gate. Now it's quiet. So there's a lot you can do with this, right? What I like to do, I got this from my boy Julian Tabaris. Y'all go to his YouTube channel. I'm gonna put it right here. So now, if we go to, let's go to EQ8, right? And let's just open this up. Now, we can do a low pass filter. So we're gonna click right here on the band 4, and we're gonna turn that into a low pass filter. So we want to switch that up. So now that we have that switched up, right, we're gonna put, now your frequency, this is your frequency, right? We're at 500 hertz, right? So what, not 500, 5.00 hertz. What we want to do is we're gonna hit play. It doesn't sound as bright, so we're gonna bring the 4 up, right? Now right here we're at 22 kilohertz, right? So if we bring it down, it's gonna sound like that. So there's that low pass filter. And the reason why I like to do that is because sometimes just doing this kills the vibe. You know what I'm saying? It kills the vibe when you're in worship. So it's always good to like have a way to fade everything out. And I love doing this, right? So I just, and it goes out smoothly. And then you can even trigger some things like that. Let's go into our shouts, right? If we're in our shout, right? And we can trigger the other one. Because if you're in a shout and you just stop it, it sounds kind of, you know, it sounds like you ripping a bandage off of someone. You don't ever want to do that. So that's why it's always important to it's fun to just work around with like different effects and stuff like that. You can put reverb on whatever you want. You can do all that. That's a small video on key triggering, on color coding, all that stuff, mapping, MIDI mapping. We ran over what did we ran over? We ran over how to do loops, how to do stem loops, how to trigger them, and all that stuff. So now this is what I'm going to do for you guys. let me show you my Ableton session that I use. This is what I use on a daily basis. Basically, every single time I go to church, this is what we use, right? So this has all of my loops, any genre I can think of. You have all my slow church loops right here. You have my fast church loops. You have it's called Ishketai. If you know, you know. That's it. If you know, you know. That's our shout loops, right? You have our what are these called? Your quartet. You got mambo, you feel me? Also your merengue, salsa, cumbia, jubilo. So this is what I use. And in this, we have stem loops, we have guitar loops, we got more stem loops. We have effect sounds, right? We have a drone, we have sirens, we have chimes. The possibility are endless, bro. Endless. And I want to bring this up real quick just to talk about one thing. How to get your clip going, right? You see this right here? It's called cue out. Cue out. That's what you need. You don't got to make another thing to put another return track to put your clip through, right? So we're just gonna hit play on. Let's put this lo-fi one, right? And then we don't hear a click. So let's put this on, right? You still don't hear the click because this is a cue out click. So on my interface, I always have my click coming out through channel 3, right? So I'll just put this on channel 1 and 2 just so you can hear it right now. But now you hear your click, right? The volume for your click is right here. But that's how you basically do your clicks. That's pretty much the video. This is what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to pick 3 people, all right? 3 lucky people. What you're seeing right now, right here, this is what I use on a daily basis. I've made this. A lot of people, when they see this, yo, that's crazy. I'm going to give you this for free. All you need to do is write down in the comments your reasons why you need this and how you feel like it's going to help you grow. And if you win, I'm going to personally give you this. I'm going to give you all my loops that I use, all my stem loops that I use. I'm going to show you how we can make this, and I'm going to show you how you can customize it to how you need it to be. So all you got to do, 3 lucky people, bro, just put in the comment how is this going to help you? How do you feel like you're going to grow from it? And let's see if you get it, man. It's your boy Lil G. I'm super excited to be back, bro. Those retreat vlogs are coming, bro. Don't think I forgot about it. They're coming, bro. All right, I got a lot of good content coming. The studio just got a new upgrade. We might just have a studio tour. Shoot, you might have some special guests. We might have a podcast. You never know. You just gotta subscribe and make sure that you're staying tuned. All right, it's your boy Lil G. Thank you for watching. I'm out.